It's the weekend, Star Watchers. I'm your astrologer, Ananda, the Galactic Mystic, and this is your Navigational Astrology weekend forecast for September 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Okay, Star Watchers, let's talk about this. So this weekend, we have a Leo moon. Of course, the sun is still in Virgo. The moon is now in the balsamic lunar phase. This is the waning crescent. This is the time of incubation, surrender. It's the bridge between the past and the future. This is, imagine being a seed that is buried in the ground, waiting for the conditions to be right to sprout. Luckily, we don't have to wait until springtime. We just have to wait until the new moon, which will be on Tuesday. So this is a quiet, restful period of time. And this is actually supported by the moon will be void of course today. Let me check the time on that so I don't tell you wrong. Depending on when you're watching this, you may have already passed the void moon phase for Friday, but here Eastern time, that would begin at 1:39 a.m. and would be done with the moon moving into Leo at 11:59 a.m. So really just kind of the morning. But on Sunday, we have a significant void of course phase. Now, if you don't know about the moon void of course phases, I did make a video about that. I'll put the link in the description below. It's basically, it's a time out of time, sort of. It's a perfect time to rest, nap, meditate, play, work on things you've already begun. It's not a great time to begin new things. Of course, we can't always control that, right? If you do have to start something new, you know, just be prepared to revise or redo it later on. It's a little bit like if the moon went retrograde, which it doesn't, but the energy is a little bit the same. But check out that video. So on Sunday, we'll have a rather lengthy, most of the day, void of course moon. Eastern time from 10:23 a.m. until 7:07 p.m. when the moon goes into Virgo, and then it will be heading straight for that gorgeous Virgo new moon on the 7th. So the sun in Virgo is forming a quincunx to Chiron and Aries, and this could have us compartmentalizing the way that we are planning for future success. We might put that in one box and then put sort of our wounding in another box and not let them talk to each other for a minute. And that's actually okay, because Venus is in her restful stage in the 3rd decan of Libra. She is also quincunxing Neptune in retrograde. So she is also doing some compartmentalization of her own while she's in this restful phase. And that's fine. It's okay to have periods of time where you can sit back, put the things that you're working on or dealing with or healing from in little boxes and look at them from afar. It's actually a really healthy thing to do. And if you feel like doing that, or you find yourself doing that, it's right on track with the energies, and it's perfectly fine to do that now. Venus is also beginning to form a beautiful trine with Jupiter. So this is really yummy. It's just beginning on Friday. As the days go on through the weekend and early next week, this will be becoming more exact. And honestly, Venus and Jupiter, they love each other. This is a perfect time to have some fun. If you are able to socialize or feel like socializing, it would be a really nice time to do that. People generally are more good-humored and in better moods when Jupiter and Venus are in harmony with one another. Venus is busy right now. She's also beginning to form a square with Pluto. So this is interesting because this is a very powerful energy. And honestly, with all she's doing with this quincunx to Neptune, where she's maybe compartmentalizing the truth that she's seeing with how she loves, because sometimes you can love so hard, so big, and so good, and then you're seeing the truth and they're not really working out. The truth and how you're loving are not really very harmonious. So that would be one of those things to step away from, compartmentalize a little bit and look at and see where you need to bend and where you don't need to bend. It's just as important to know where you should not bend. You know what I'm saying, especially with this square with Pluto, because, this has a sort of compelling energy to it. Now, I have to say the planets do not compel us, but with the square with Pluto, it may feel compelling. We could kind of dip back into old obsessions or power struggles, jealousy. It can create an intense need for love and validation. And with what Venus has been going through when she was opposing Chiron, this is a natural progression of that. So if you begin to feel this, it's all right. Pluto's purpose is to bring things to the surface that we haven't been seeing, we haven't been able to see. So use that as an opportunity to see some things clearly. Ask Neptune retrograde and Pallas Athena to help you see the truth of whatever it is that you're faced with. The sun is beginning to form a beautiful trine with Uranus. Gosh, there's so much going on this weekend. The sun trining Uranus is really a fun, exciting, inventive and creative energy. So get out there and do something fun, whatever's fun for you. I like waterfall hiking lately. I've been doing a lot of that. Anything that feels thrilling, is off the beaten trail, maybe something you've never done before. Perfect weekend for that. Okay, Mercury is trining Saturn this weekend. This is going to give you some great concentration, some stamina with your mind and your thinking. If you're writing a book, you could probably get a heck of a lot done this weekend. If there are conversations you need to have, you will have the right words to say, the energy to do it, and so should the other person. So this is a really, really nice energy. Now, Mercury is beginning to form an opposition with Chiron. So this is going to, again, all that territory that Venus covered when she was opposing Chiron about the wounds around love and not being valued, maybe not valuing ourselves. Mercury is picking that up now, and really it'd be a great time to do any journaling about that headway you've made in those realms in your life. Think about it, talk about it, write about it. It will help you process the information, even if the processing doesn't happen now. You can look back at the work that you've done later and integrate and synthesize your healing better. Mercury is also sextiling the south node and trining the north node. Hold on a second. I'm going to show you the chart because there's a lot going on here. Okay, here's the chart for Friday. So here's Mercury forming a sextile to the south node and I almost said forming a north node to the trine. No, that's not right. Forming a trine to the north node here. So when Mercury contacts the nodes of the moon in a harmonious manner with sextiles and trines, this is a really good time to think about how in the past, what are the mercurial things, writing, speaking, thinking, communicating, interpreting information, the ways that you have done that successfully in the past that you can put in your toolbox and consciously allow to work for you, for your future, as you are heading towards that north node. That's the compass point that we're following, the north node. And so with Mercury forming a gorgeous trine with that, this is about making moves for success. And again, the Virgo sun loves that. The Virgo sun, Virgo gets a bad rep. It's because I don't know if we all understand what Virgo energy is really about. Virgo energy is about, Virgo has dual vision. Virgo can see the present and is actually almost tormented by the present, but in a way, now not by the present, but by whatever isn't as it should be in the present. Okay, so Virgo sees the moment, can see what needs to be improved in comparison to the future vision that they hold. So they have dual vision. They can see both at the same time. Okay. And so, and they can't let it be. It's a mutable energy. So it has to keep moving. It has to keep changing. And Virgo has to keep moving forward. And so with the sun in Virgo, this energy is available to us all. So let's look at what could be improved now, what's working, what isn't working, and what is that future vision that you hold. All of this is working together now to help us create a plan, even down to a daily plan, a daily schedule, or what do you need to do every day to make your vision a reality. So if we look at Saturday, the moon will be forming a square to Uranus and an opposition to Saturn. So this could create some bumps. Whenever the moon squares Uranus, there could be some outbursts, but you could also get some unexpected genius ideas. So be on the lookout for that. And even though that's going on, with Saturn opposing the moon, there could be a little bit of an emotional damper in the air. People who are sort of natural wet blankets for other people's enthusiasms, wet blankets for other people's enthusiasm rather, may have that quality of theirs turned up to 11 a little bit. Ooh, then Mars will be trining Pluto, and this is like gas in the engine. Anything that you need to get done, you will have the drive and the energy to do it. So it's a little bit of like an emotionally inward weekend with kind of a lot of outside activity. We've got, the trine with Venus and Jupiter. We've got Uranus going on. We've got Pluto doing lots of things. I mean, this is a lot of energy. So I hope you have a great one. If you've not yet subscribed, please do so now so you don't miss a thing. I'm doing daily videos and still doing the Sunday video that I have been doing forever. So thank you so much for watching. This is Navigational Astrology, where we are exploring the leading edge of human consciousness. Have a great one and know you are worthy of every good thing.